Hey guys, Evrelia here. This is a guide to Elegon in the Mogu'shan vaults on normal difficulty. Okay, Elegon's room has two main circular rings. This large inner ring made of glass is called the energy vortex. When you stand in this, you gain two debuffs. One debuff, Touch of the Titans, increases all the damage you do and all the healing you receive by 50%. The other debuff, Overcharged, increases all damage you take by 5% and stacks up every 5 seconds. You need to reset Overcharged as often as possible, but keep high as uptime as possible on Touch of the Titans. You do this by running in and out of the energy vortex. If you're a caster, it is possible to position yourself on the very edge of the vortex and simply jump up and down to reset your stacks. Okay, so the fight has three main phases that repeat twice throughout the fight. In the first phase, you basically just stand and DPS the boss. He's got a frontal breath that requires your tank to face him away, and he summons a Celestial Protector every 35 seconds. These have got 4.5 million health, and they deal random damage to players and cast a magic debuff on them that reduces their healing taken. You can dispel this. When Celestial Protectors are above 25% health, they can only be effectively damaged when inside the energy vortex. When they fall below 25% health, they can be damaged outside too. But they also start dealing AoE damage to the raid. Once they die, they cast Total Annihilation, which deals 200,000 damage to your whole raid. However, if it dies when inside the energy vortex, it will deal 300,000 damage instead. So, when it spawns, your main tank should taunt it and pull it into melee for cleaves. When it reaches 50% health, your off tank should taunt Elegon and your main tank should pull the ad to the edge of the energy vortex. Once it falls below 25% health, your tank should take it outside of the energy vortex and it should be killed. Every single person in the raid needs to reset their stacks before we cast the explosion. You do this by running outside and back in again. Whoever's tanking Elegon should use a cooldown to make sure they don't die. If your DPS is good enough, you should push Elegon to 85% before the third ad spawns. Timing the transition is really important because you don't want a third ad to spawn when Elegon is at around 86%, or he'll just be up in the next phase and you'll wipe. So ideally your second ad will be on around half health when he transitions and you can just finish it off during the transition. When phase 2 starts, you have a few seconds to DPS and then Elegon casts Draw Power. This creates 6 energy charges that move out from him to the edge of the vortex. If you kill all of the energy charges, he casts Draw Power again. Every time he casts Draw Power, he takes 10% extra damage for the rest of the fight, so you need to kill as many waves as possible to stack the debuff. Assign 1 DPS to each ad on 10 man or 3 DPS on 25 man. The ads move faster with every wave, so save cooldowns for the harder waves. You should aim to kill 4 waves of ads and then ignore the 5th wave and burn, although it is possible with less. Once an ad reaches the side, phase 3 starts. Your raid should be split up already from the previous phase. Pillars rise up a section off the room, and you can't run through the walls or you'll die, so you have to DPS the pillars down. The pillar will only fall when the one that is connected to dies as well. During this phase he shoots energy cascades at people. You can move out of this, and you should because it deals really high damage and you're probably going to die if it hits you. It also spawns a slow moving ad that you can stun and snare, and you really shouldn't let them hit you because they'll probably kill you as well. Once all the pillars are down, your raid should group up and AoE the ads down. Have 1 tank on each side so they can pick up any ads that spawn. Around 10 seconds after all the pillars have fallen, phase 1 starts up again. Finish killing any ads that are alive and then repeat. Phase 1 lasts again until 50%, then phase 2 again, and then phase 3 again. After you finish phase 3 for the second time, the burn phase starts. Elegon should be under 40% and should have at least 8 to 10 stacks, and you should stack up in melee, use Bloodlust, use all cooldowns, AoE the ads, and then burn the boss. Don't reset any stacks now, you just need to kill him as fast as possible. Use raid cooldowns, personal cooldowns, healthstones, anything you can to survive long enough to kill him. For more guides, remember to subscribe or visit wowraids.org, or you can watch me live on twitch.tv/Evrelia.